describe for us, I guess, the working conditions as you saw them in the courthouse at that particular time. Did you feel at any point that you were being bullied? Because we're kind of getting mixed messages from individuals on what it was really like to work there.
At what time period?
I would say in the last 5 years.
Last 5 years. Well, I think to answer that question, it should begin with a number of the judges from years ago hadn't gotten along the best, and as a result, going way back to Judge Patrick Toole, when he was the president judge, there were significant run-ins between, for example, him and Judge Lakuta, and ultimately, court and bank meetings were terminated. And then after Judge Toole was the PJ, Judge Agello was. I came to the bench during Judge Agello's last 2 years as PJ, and I don't think there was a court and bank meeting in those 2 years. And then maybe one, maybe. And then Judge Conahan was elected president judge, and in 5 years there was only one court and bank meeting. Maybe two, one or two, an insignificant number. And then when Mark Ciavarella was elected in December of '06, initially there were very few, and then they picked up in the number and frequency. And it was clear to me, and I don't want to speak for other members of the bench, but I would suggest that it was clear to them that he was the president judge. He had the authority to do, he's the chief executive officer of the court, and he was going to do as he pleased. He even, at a court and bank meeting, made the statement, I'm going to share this stuff with you guys, but I'm doing what I want to do anyway. And he said it in a joking way, but it's the way it was. We would have people who got hired in various positions. Give you the best example. For years and years and years and years, forever, Catholic Social Services and the Court Advocate Program administered the DUI program, which would be the CRIN evaluation, the safe driving school, the sobriety checkpoints, and the breath tests. Okay, all of a sudden, unbeknownst to us, without even an inkling that there was a consideration, he unilaterally eliminated them, just terminated the program without telling us that that was even on the agenda. Then, without even telling us that there were openings, hired 6 new probation officers, and then didn't even tell us that he hired them. So we had people working for the court, we didn't even know who they were. We didn't know they were employees. Historically, from Judge Pat Toole back, when there were employment openings, the court rotated the appointments. And then once somebody was appointed, the president judge issued an order and circulated it to the court so you knew who was hired. That practice stopped at some time when Judge Agello was the president judge, but you'd still know that there were openings, you'd still know who was hired. It got to the point that you didn't even know who was working for you. So that environment was difficult, and there was a sense, there was an umbrella over court and bank meetings that it was pro forma. It was done. It was a facade that he was going to do what he wanted to do. Period, and he had that statutory authority.